don't allow the enemy team to farm as much as they have. But when you're this rich on the Sven, you have all of this setup, they have so many stuns. If Fnatic want to win this late, they need to tailor their entire itemization around countering the Sven now. There is no other way. He's just that far ahead. EG are even on the Dire. They have Roshan advantage, and contesting the Roshan for Fnatic is so difficult against all of this invis. They just don't have information.
How could you counter the Sven though? Like right now, Arteezy could just like buy himself up a BKB and jump into the fight. They can't really stop that.
This could be an Axe Viper game, honestly, because there's one hard, like very strong core on the enemy team that you want to shut down. I think in those cases,
Viper will need to stay alive in order to actually get that kind of money. Mid one.
Dead one. Hey.
He's now died 5 times in the first 20 minutes. And
that's Roche too, I think.
Yeah, should be. But they will have a trade-off. Ohio is pushing up the top lane a long way. I know you're talking about win conditions. I'm thinking like maybe if you get like a Blink and Hex over on Nature's Prophet, but like he's staring down the barrel of what? Like he's trying to decide if it's a Maelstrom or a Hand of Midas to try and play catch up in this game. Do you bank on the fact that you can split push with the Nature's Prophet hard enough that EG would be forced into a trade position every time they want to push high ground?
I don't see a good alternative right now to split pushing. I think if he goes for something like a Hex build, the same question just poses itself.
It's an Axe.
How are you gonna kill Arteezy?
It's an Axe. He just picked up the point booster.
It's good. Go for the split push style. It's your best chance. I still think I still have a hard time seeing them winning the game because of it. But if they want to keep themselves have a fighting chance, it is the way to go. Like 5-manning at this point, you're just flat out gonna get maybe not 5-0 at every fight, but you saw the tendency that was showing in the last fight. Yep. Now there's an Aegis. Sven almost has.
This is nice for Mushi, or is it? Oh, it's nighttime, so the first one's going to be revealed. It's going to be Samel. Goes to the Spike Carapace, and the silence will buy him a little bit of time. Mushi, he's just going to Fiend Script and Pulse Nova it down. And this is a nice kill for Lashrak. Another 614 gold injected into him. And that's actually huge for Mushi. Now he's only 400 gold away from completing up the BKB, which gives him the ability to stand during the EG fights. Apart from mid one who's dead again. That didn't take long.
The BKB is the correct item choice, I think, but he can't stand in the middle of the fight. He dies to Death Ward and 3 Sven hits. Sven, that's the problem I was talking about. Sven is just that far. Mushi is...
Is he going to get out of this? He's going to TP out, but Arteezy around the corner, the Stormbolt! While it was thrown, he actually got stunned back inside the base. So the stun applied, but the TP completed. And it wasn't even one of those global Stormbolts that flew. Or else that stun wouldn't have been instant.
Yeah, Arteezy already used his blink. That's one of those moments where it would be nice to know if he overshot his blink or timed it perfectly, because that's like the difference between life and death there for the Leshrac if he did overshoot it.
Notice Arteezy's build as well. I was wondering if this Hyperstone would go into an Assault Cuirass to try and go for like, it's actually a Moonshard. Yeah. The second Hyperstone's flying up the Kura at the moment.
They don't really need the armor from AC right now. I think he just needs to... This is more... I actually don't know the math behind just raw farm, because obviously the minus armor allows you to clean up camps a little bit faster, but I would say this is the better economy and farming build probably is that Moonshard. And from a team fight perspective right now, again, Fnatic, you either control this Sven constantly or you just lose heroes within a matter of seconds.
EG.
And we haven't talked about the vacuum combo with Sven either. There are some very famous moments in Dota with vacuum into Sven Cleave, vacuum into Stormhammer. I think the vacuum Sven Cleave that's very famous was the ultra kill that I can't remember who got it at. It was at the Thor. It was Fear who got it at Thor Open in 2012, I think. And then there was the vacuum Stormhammer at TI3 from Orange. So it's actually funny that those players are playing in this matchup that have some of the famous vacuum Sven moments. So EG. Maybe they're trying to remind Fnatic players of what went down back then. It's a tough spot to be in. Sven's going to get another tower. Fnatic doing their best to split push though, and again, it is the approach, but I think this is when you're going to have to try to defend. You're not strong enough to trade.
Well, you're not really ready to defend though. Like Ohio still has his Wrath of Nature down, so you're missing a huge amount of damage to start the fight off. You at least take the mid tier 2. And there's a lot of momentum applied towards the top. It keeps Nature's Prophet now 70 gold away from having his full Aghanim Scepter. So then, actually no, EG doesn't go in. Like, okay. You'd actually consider they would go all the way in. And stop that Prophet from going for the split push. Don't they feel stronger at this point in the game? Or is it still, you want to find the pickoffs with the Nyx and the Bounty Hunter? Like you don't have that much confidence in your Sven without having like a big BKB behind him.
I think they might have gone high ground if the Aegis was on RTZ. It's actually quite puzzling that it's on Fear. I don't know if that was a misclick when they picked it up, or if it was deliberate. It just seems like a very weird choice to put it on Bounty Hunter, to be honest.
It does.
So I'm gonna have to go with that.
Net. Interesting engagement. Net's gonna actually dust up Fear, and Fear's gonna track up Net. As Net walks back over the rest of the team, Sumail blinks himself forward. They're just chasing after him. With the extra Dagon damage from Sumail, he has enough to find that pickup before Fnatic can really do anything. And
They got the track off. I think Chen's dead too.
they may even lose the Chen army on to boot. And DJ, there's Sumail right behind him. Movement speed. There's just no way to stop EG from chasing you down like this. And again, Ohio, like he's the only one that could potentially relieve the pressure of Fnatic by forcing EG to come back to the top lane.
Oh, this army is going to go down now. Sven actually using the God Strength for this. I think that might be a little bit of an overkill. There's no way of resummoning them for 20 seconds, and now they can't use the God Strength for high ground.
It might have been a misclick as well.
But, I mean, it's not. It doesn't really matter that much. If EG's game plan isn't to push high ground yet, they could just use this to farm another wave.
It looks like they're going to try
efficiency.
They're actually going to battle against split push. Arteezy gets BTs over on this Sven, so he can come back. Ohio, top lane, Fear of the Sprout, but of course he still had the vision thanks to the track. So Ohio has been doing the best he possibly can to keep that top lane pressured and EG back, but you knew it was going to bite him in the butt at some point. Especially when Mushi as well as Mid One now walk underneath the Dire Observer Ward into the Dire jungle. They're very, very visible. And Fear in Universe, yep, there it is, the Iron Shell over on Fear. Surging him in so he can catch up to Mid One. The Iron Shell damage starts over on Mid One, and he realizes he can't get himself away. Universe will come over, they got a double Iron Shell. That's a really good stun though, with a call from Mushi, the lightning damage, but of course, you've already got the Greaves up.
It was a really good
Mushi has to BKB to get himself out of here.
Yep.
With the TP. That's it's kind of weird. Like, I don't know what they were trying to achieve, moving those two big cores up into EG's jungle, just after they also lost their profit on that top lane.
They're getting desperate. They feel like they need to find something, and they're not wrong. That was probably not the way to do it. You know, the whole map is just so scary to move on. Maybe you want to try to move in pairs, just in case EG try to make a play with, say, the Nyx and Bounty together as the only two, because they've done that quite a bit. If those were the only two there, I think Fnatic turn around that and maybe get a kill or two, but they were just outnumbered. Awesome Mail has found Mushi.
Yeah, he's willingly taking the damage from Mushi as Mushi.
Oh, this is not good.
Does he know something? He just used his stun. They're chasing it down, and Mushi can't TP himself out. Like, obviously, there's no BKB. His TP's on cooldown.
All right, mad
He actually
jukes.
buys his Void Stone, and wait, did he lose Sumail in the trees? He lost Sumail in the trees. Sumail ran down south and thought he was there. Mushi just needs another 8 seconds, then he can.
Wow.
Then he can actually TP himself out. Sumail has
Juked.
actually juked himself.
I'm really surprised that worked, but Mushi's going to be very happy with that. Well, I don't know if he's going to be happy with that, because he doesn't even know what was coming. But
He felt something was wrong though. Like he threw out the lightning. I don't know if he saw any kind of damage, because he didn't take any damage.
Illusion.
when is next Roche? We're looking at 1 minute until potential spawn time. I didn't notice the pop-up. I think it has been there. I can't even. I've observed so many games, and I still can't remember when it is that shows the Roshan respawn time. If it is when the minimum respawn comes, and then
it's easy to miss when you have like a whole bunch of items also coming up
Yeah.
around the same time. That's why it'd be really nice if the time actually showed the real time it would spawn up for all our spectators.
I'll send the BKB now. I was going to say, I really like the fact that RTZ went for Boots of Travel, because it shows that EG identify and prepare for the worst case scenario. They know they're ahead. The only thing they need to secure is that they don't get caught with their pants down and don't have TPs to come back to base and defend against the Prophet. They're way ahead in terms of team fight, both when you look at their farm, but also composition. I would just say they're flat out better. And playing to their own strengths right now.
You can see Sumail trying to make an opening there. He blinked himself forward and triggered this by a Carapace, so he got hit by the lightning. Unfortunately for him, the rest of EG aren't really ready to go. Like, this bounty hunter isn't like what you'd see as like your classic bounty hunter looking for something like a blink dagger. Instead, it's like this phase boot drum Vlad's into BKB build over on Fear. He's almost playing this as like a one position bounty hunter.
I think Fear plays one of the best bounty hunters right now. He has a very different approach too. You're saying in this game, but I think in general, Fear just plays the hero fundamentally different from other players. Yeah, like you said, carry type of build this game. I think he's one of the only bounty hunters to go phase boots, if not the only one. Most others get the arcane boots and play more of a utility role. He's looking for more fighting. In this game, it's kind of a no-brainer because it's just better to get the mech on the Darkseer, so perhaps with that in mind, it's a little bit easier for him to make the call. But he's just done so much for his team this game. He's found like solo pickoffs because of his item build. It's not something you generally see a bounty hunter solo killing off Prophet. Maybe that's the game plan for him. Is that my job this game, shut down Prophet, shut down Chen. I'll do it on my own if I have to.
And even if he doesn't just shut them down all the time, it's the fear of Prophet where he just cannot keep the split push going. And this allows EG to find themselves in a position where they don't have to be forced into a trade-off. Of course, Arteezy has gotten so much farm right now that not a lot's going to stop this. DJ very quickly TP's out. So he's out to safety. And his teammates to pick up, he's trying to get the Vlads, but he's still a while off from getting that. They're waiting for Roshan. EG is so unlucky though, it's the max, almost the max spawn time for Roshan. So they have to wait a very long time before they can kick in. In the meantime, Mushi, he's still farming up. He's a long way from finishing up this scythe though.
1400 to go. He might have it for EG's high ground push if they wait for the Roche. Currently, Arteezy's posing in a very aggressive position. Looks like he just wants to go in. Oh, good nightmare.
Can they follow it up though? Not when Universe has 4-staff and Arteezy's facing the right way. But Fear's also in the neighborhood. They've got the full Chen army in here, but Arteezy, he's forcing the issue. You never know when Roshan's going to spawn up, but the top lane's not pushing in that aggressively. Like, it's on its way, but it's not that bad. So you took out the tier 3 talent. If you get the Aegis Immortal, your next push is going to be pretty good. And in fact, yeah, now they come back. Easy money for Arteezy. He's up to 383 CS, 31 minutes in on this event. He's going at 740 gold per minute on this event.
Please stay under 899 Arteezy.
For all those
we can all agree that's the important thing in this game.
Hey, I need him to get more kills. According to my prediction, I had Sven getting the most amount of kills in the game. Obviously wrong.
He just needs to get another 22 this game, then he surpasses OD, so... If Fnatic want to give you a helping hand, they could feed him like 5 times in the mouth.
Fnatic would have to... Like, they would actually have to really fight back and like, kill Arteezy off multiple times in order to get this game back into balance. Like, because they're still, like, they're 21,000 net worth behind as well as experience behind. Now, Fierce scouts out the Roshan's up, and Arteezy quickly jumps in. Samel's going for killer style build, a level 3 Dagon on this Nyx Assassin. They really want to keep these pickoffs going. The only concern they'll have is that, like, if EG don't win the fight, that Fnatic could find themselves back in this, and you won't find that Dagon being as effective for Samel. But it looks like EG is undefeatable right now with
it's
their team
a very, 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 very big if they don't win a fight.
Watch the top lane.
I think Fnatic, once again, they need to play dodge.
They actually broke the smoke. Those creeps were just about to die. They could have kept their presence here a secret and maybe caught off Samel when he does exactly this. TP's into the lane with no other help. But because they didn't have anyone and EG was down doing Roshan, maybe just Fnatic didn't believe that's where EG was. Or they thought one person would come back by themselves and be overconfident and get the pick and just move on. Either way, EG take Roshan for no trade-off. In fact, also burned the smoke from Fnatic.
Come!
And I think this is about the time when EG start prepping to end the game. You look for Arteezy maybe to finish off his Daedalus. If you want to play it really, really safe, you get him his buyback too. And then you just look to rolling. This time they gave the Aegis over to the Nyx. I think that's a very good choice. Sven, first of all, doesn't really have an inventory slot. And secondly, Samel can now go for these aggressive blink stuns, set up the fight, and know that he has that safety net around him.
I'm interested to see if Arteezy feels concerned enough that he saves for buyback. Because he's got the money for a Daedalus right now. If he wants the whole shebang. And Witch Doctor's getting very close to his Aghanim Scepter. Another critical item. They're just rolling in the money. And Ned's just waiting with this Chen army. He's been here for the last minute, hoping for an opportunity. And PBD is it. Ohio jumps in. There goes Shafine's script. And Ohio, well, there's no damage from the Wrath of Nature, but they have enough physical to get through PPD. Only just, though. Like, that's how much effort you have to put into killing off the Witch Doctor. It's still good for Fnatic because they're able to slow down that Aghanim Scepter.
That kill right there really shows the state of the game and how little damage they have. This is a 35-minute Prophet that's struggling to kill a Witch Doctor in a full Fiend script with level 2 heal only. That wasn't even a level 4 Voodoo Restoration, so I mean, I guess he has some points and stats, right? But, yeah. But still, that's not what this kill should look like at this state of the game.
No.
There's the Daedalus, there's a Dagon 4. I like the gem pickup from Fnatic. Probably should have gone for it way earlier. I think it's one of the best items to buy if you're controlling the game very well, or if you're really far behind. It's all about vision to make the right educated decisions.
I could understand them not picking it up though, considering every single hero on every single lane was dying. Yeah, so the ability to maintain possession of that would have been very difficult. At least now they have some other things, like it's not just the gem. That Scythe of Vice is now completed. So Mushi will have himself the disable. And they're instantly looking for a target. They ping out this vent and they want to go for him.
He does have buyback.
But there's no blink on Mushi. So even though he's got this Scythe of Vice, he almost requires EG to run at him. And then just use that to disable at an opportune time. Where's the rest of EG headed now? But obviously they still want to go through bottom lane. Like there's no tier 3 tower down here, so this is the best place for them to go. And they can leave this event on the top lane if they want to, but Arteezy's he's just legging it.
Yeah, I think it's go time now.
Which means it's Fnatic's defense time. That side
I wish them all the luck in the world for this fight.
Well, the only buyback they've got is over on the Naked Prophet. That's even worse because Arteezy, he can just buy back and BT back in if he wants to. Now the attack, Arteezy with a Stormbolt, but he is first done with the Iron Shell. He's got the hand across and to keep him alive. Arteezy is stunned up. They forced off away to safety as PPD lets the Death Ward rip a lot of damage into DJ, but no real kill. 1399, he plays down. You got 1453 on that crit. Okay, you cannot repel physical damage of that magnitude. EG takes the game 24-7 against Fnatic. And oh my, it took until that last full attack of Fnatic to actually admit this is over.
Realistically, if you look at the over the course of the game, it's felt like since minute 10, you had a good feeling that EG were winning this game, and around minute 20, it's just almost over. Like Fnatic have to accomplish so much. They got quite a few towers, like we talked about, but they have to sacrifice way too many kills in the process.
Yeah. Guys, welcome back.
Hello.